1, 2, 3. Scratching my cheek. Welcome to the show. Hey, it's Tall Paul in the building. What we doing? I don't know. It's Cho. We're Disney River. We're back with another current piece. We got Tall Paul. We got finished up.
I'll Tall Paul music.
Yeah. We in here. I did a shitty freestyle, so now we're just riding with that sample throughout the whole thing.
I feel it. I'm gonna do this whole interview.
Well, cheers to you for the cocktails we just whipped up.
Cheers, baby.
If you don't know what we're sipping on, you can check out the Bamboozle episode we just did.
Yes, you can.
Well, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I like to start this off with like the biggest question out of everything. Why do you make music?
Well, I started making music just for what I wanted to listen to. Listening to all these other artists and all these other acts, and I feel like I got so much inspiration from them. But at the same time, like for me personally, my music is something that helps me just live, man. Just like all those emotions that you feel, and the anger and the hate and whatever you feel that day or whatever you've been through and all the bullshit you've been through, pull it all on paper and pull it all on whatever you're passionate about. You know, it doesn't have to be music necessarily, but as long as it just gets that energy out, that negative, or even positive, you know what I mean? But my music really, I wanted to hear shit that I wanted to listen to and jam out to in my car, play live with my friends. And it just morphed into Tall Paul music.
What kind of like jumped off the starting point for it all?
I've been making music for like 7 years, but seriously, after Corona happened and everything locked down, a lot of people were stuck with no options, you know what I mean? It's like you're stuck with yourself and your creativity, that's all you have. For me, I just remember like, you know, I fell deep into drugs, you know what I mean? Like I just was falling into that kind of pattern, and I just remember like being fucked up. Me and my homies were just like drugs, alcohol, and it's like playing a beat, and then all of a sudden like that was how the song was created. It was just me just being fucked up and having fun and making music again. And it was just something that like honestly helped me get out of that lifestyle too. When I was in that lifestyle, it's not healthy, it's not good at all, you know what I mean? It helped me to see a perspective too, because that shit's so old to me now that when you make music, it's released so much later, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
you look back on it, you're like, damn, that's like such a different person. When the EP first dropped, Drugs and Alcohol, it was like the first song that I pretty much came back with after being gone for like 4 years. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Like it started off whatever is happening now. It's a blessing, it's fun, you know, it's fun making more music and delving deeper into creativity, but you learn as you go. Yeah. I feel like that's the biggest lesson from that whole EP, was just learning.
It happens, you put out something and that's like encapsulates that time period, and it's not necessarily you anymore, but it's still a memory.
Yeah.
Like I think about that with music, I think about that with ideas for tattoos too.
Yeah.
Like if I put something on me, like I don't get the concept of like regretting that thing, because it's still a memory.
Exactly. I definitely don't regret anything from the EP or making that EP. Or I guess the only thing that I would say is like I would definitely make it, like redo it. You know what I mean? Musically, and like put more money behind it. But like, you know, it's cool to go back and look on it and shit. Like I was even listening today, I was like, man, like I just sound so fucking different now. I don't know, like the shit I'm doing now is just such a blast. It's just so different. You know what I mean? It's not at all what I feel like people are gonna expect from Tall Paul music.
So everyone has these moments where you get kind of blocked, like creatively and everything. What are some of the things that you typically do to get over something like that?
I just pretty much have to drive around in my fucking car.
Yeah.
I literally you have to be alone. At least for me, you know, when it gets to the creative block, you just have to inspire yourself. You have to do something that brings like inspiration and it reminds you why you're doing something. You have to remember what you're doing and how bad do you really want it at the end of the day. This is a job. It's not a oh, I'm a rapper, I get to hang out and have fun and do drugs. And like, yeah, that's like a lifestyle you can live if you get lucky. If you're not putting in the work and if you're not waking up every day and doing 5 to 10 things to not just better yourself, but to get to where you want to be in a career and where you want to be, then you're wasting your time. So if you're not capitalizing now at this age, especially now, 2020, 2021, most people didn't have to go to work. Capitalize on that creativity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's not so many times that you're gonna get to do that.
Everyone live.
What's your typical process going into making a track or making a project?
I just need to feel something. Like if I hear something and I feel it, and you feel something, it's like, you know that feeling, like when you hear like a fucking like 808. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you hear a fucking 808, you're like, The process now, I guess, is just I write a lot already. You know, I write a lot. I have notebooks and phones full of, you know, shit that I've written. Most of it, you know, you don't really use, but just mainly the biggest thing is just making sure the track has energy and it's real and it's organic. If you're trying to be somebody else, people will see it, you know, people understand. People will spot you out pretty quick. That's like the last thing I want to do. I'll be like everybody else.
What's the biggest, like, number one thing you would want people to know about you?
About me? God, dude, I don't know. To an extent, I don't want anyone to know me. That's how I feel like as a human. You know what I mean? I'm always like, but that's like that side of me that's like making music. Like Tall Paul is just like an emotion. You know what I mean? If you want to cry, if you want to fight somebody, just play Tall Paul. I guess that's what I would tell a stranger.
Well, Paul, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much.
It was a good time having you. You're an absolute fucking delight.
Thank you.
You can check out Tall Paul.
Tall Paul
everywhere.
Music on all social media platforms, YouTube, and all of that. I love you if nobody else does. I'm sponsored by Evian Water. Blessed, dude.
Hey, man.
Thank you so much, man. That was fun.
No, that was a good time.
That was fun, dude.